Delaware County is where you're sitting now, and I have to say that I've never felt so safe as I do right now. Just by way of background, I was one of the signatories on the prosecutor's amicus brief in the Heller case. I have been a shooter and an enthusiast all my life, and I get that the Second Amendment isn't a standalone amendment that needs separate rules. It's part of the Bill of Rights. It belongs to the people, and it needs to not be infringed upon. Now, I'm running for Auditor of State. That's one of three seats that's on the apportionment board that will draw the legislative districts in the next cycle. And my opponent is a guy named Pitp from Cincinnati. Now, I suppose mainstream media will jump on me for this, but one of the things that I watch is the Buckeye Firearms blog and a couple other decidedly politically incorrect places on the web like that. Yeah, give yourselves a good applause there. And somebody posted, I don't know the handle of the fellow that posted this, but he's not really sure what's out there on Pitp. So as a community service, I did some research, and I will tell you. Let's see, this was 2004, a resolution from City Council in Cincinnati, where my opponent used to be a member of City Council, resolution urging the United States Congress and the President of the United States to renew and strengthen the federal ban on military-style assault weapons and supporting the passage of House Bill 485. Mr. Pitp, yes. Here's another one. This is Resolution R051 in 2002. I'm going to read just a portion of it. Whereas the Council of the City of Cincinnati opposes any attempt to restrict or eliminate its ability to consider local firearms legislation, be it resolved that the Council expresses its strong opposition, not just ordinary garden variety opposition, but strong opposition to House Bill 303, which is intended to override local gun control laws. Mr. Pitp, yes. Finally, you all may remember a lawsuit that was instigated by one of the plaintiff's attorneys. They wanted to do to the gun industry what the plaintiff's bar did to the tobacco industry, and basically try to dismantle it with excessive jury awards in the court. The case was Cincinnati, the City of Cincinnati versus Beretta. And it was in court for a while. And finally one day the plaintiff's lawyer came and said, you know, we're not going to win, so you probably ought to drop the lawsuit. And Republican, we have anybody here from Cincinnati today? All right, Chris Monzel is running for your county commissioner. Don't forget this. Chris Monzel called Chesley's action in saying we should drop the suit a great victory for common sense all around. Sounds like a stand-up guy, huh? Yep. But Democrat David Pitp called it, quote, a sad statement about politics. If we do pull out of this lawsuit against Beretta, he said, it's because we can't muster the strength to fight a very powerful industry. Well, that's where my opponent stands. You know where I stand, so I know that as rational people who believe in the Constitution, you're going to decide to cast your votes on the facts. I'd like to leave you with a personal note, and this may be maybe a little tough for me. Just before we came up here, my wife and I were literally walking out of our bedroom down the hallway to get in the car and come here. My youngest son appeared in the hallway, and just rushed in. I mean, he's 23 years old, so he's bigger than me. He rushed into his mom's arms and then started crying. And she kept asking him, what was wrong? And it turned out that last night, 2 armed men came uninvited into his home and held him at gunpoint. And I guess I kind of agree with Ted Nugent. I don't like repeat offenders, I like dead offenders. My son, when he gained control of himself, asked if we would send him to get his concealed carry training. And we, of course, said, yeah, we'll do that for sure. And I pitied a fool that tries that again. It's important to be able to defend ourselves. This is not a hobby. This is not just a tradition. This is, as a couple other speakers have said, a fundamental right to protect yourself. That got real personal for me today with a member of my family. I know many of you have stories like it, and that's why what we do is so important. We're protecting freedom. My name is Dave Yost. I'm running for Auditor State, and I hope you'll support me. Thank you.
Dave, thanks for coming out and talking to us. Tell us a little bit about us. You are going to be OFCC's endorsed candidate.
Yes.
And a little mug to take home with you. Put on your desk, on your shelf.